Honeybees. Today I'm going to be doing a full review for you on the new Rainforest of the Sea Tarte collection. I have one of their foundations. This is the Water Foundation with SPF 15. I also have the palette, which is the Rainforest of the Sea Eyeshadow palette. And I also have 3 of the lipsticks from the line to share with you. So I'm going to go ahead and review these and maybe do a few lip swatches and arm swatches of the eyeshadows as well. So I'm first going to start off with the foundation. Now let's just speak to the packaging of this line. Packaging is absolutely gorgeous. Tarte always knocks it out of the park. Love this beautiful gradient to the packaging. It has a blue to purple gradient. So beautiful, gold details, and as you will see with the bottle, as well as the packaging of the eyeshadow, it's just so pretty. So I am in the shade Fair Light Neutral, and I do have this on right now. It matches me perfectly. I'm so excited about this because I am more of a neutral skin tone with a little bit more yellow in it, and this has just done beautifully for me. So first off, again, the packaging has a beautiful gold to purple gradient on the lid here, and then the bottle is a nice solid glass. It's a very luxe looking, very expensive looking in my opinion. And then the writing is all in a beautiful gold detail. The actual applicator is a dropper, so this is more of a liquidy product. However, I do feel, although it gives me such a beautiful natural finish to my skin, it's not overly dewy and it's not overly matte. It's definitely more of like a satin matte finish in my opinion. The dropper is very easy to use. I didn't feel like too much came out at one time, which is really good. It's not overly messy. I did end up putting a few drops on my hand, taking my fingers, patting it onto my skin first, and then buffing it in. I have used this foundation with a beauty blender and also a buffing brush. I think it looks absolutely beautiful either way, but I still really love it with my beauty blender. I'm sure I'm wasting a little bit of product though because it is so liquidy. It can sink into your beauty blender a little bit, but I still love the finish the most with that. This is a water-based foundation, so because of that reason, I feel like it just sinks into my skin and becomes one with my skin. It looks so natural. The only probably negative I find with this is that it does take a second to dry down. I always set my foundations though, so that's not a big deal to me, but someone who does not set their foundation may have issue with it feeling a little bit tacky initially until it dries. It did take a few minutes for it to dry down for me completely. I could still kind of feel it being a bit tacky. So I did want to mention that. I did receive a few of these products for review. However, I am setting it with this powder, which I did purchase myself. It's also from Tarte, but I've really been loving it. It's the Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Tinted Pressed Finishing Powder in Fair. This powder has an amazing finish to it. It just it doesn't even look like powder on my skin, and it makes everything look a little bit more airbrushed. So I love these two together. I think they go together really, really well. So that has been my go-to routine the last week or so, and I'm really loving it. So overall, I think this is great coverage. It has about a medium at first application, but I usually will just dab a few more drops in areas that I need a little more coverage, and then I can get up to a full coverage. So I do feel that it's buildable, and you do need to shake this before using because the pigment might separate because it is water-based. So you just want to make sure to shake it. And this does have an SPF 15. It is a broad spectrum sunscreen. So when it comes to wear time of this foundation, I have seen it last beautifully during the day in a cooler temperature. However, it is starting to get warmer here in Arizona. We kind of go back and forth. Some days we're 70s, some days we're 90s. So at the moment, I haven't been able to try this out in extreme heat conditions where I'm sweating and I don't know if it's gonna wear off my face, so I'll have to get back to you on that aspect. But just a regular cooler day, like 70s, 80s, I didn't see it wearing away or getting patchy in any areas. It stayed really well. Like I said though, I do set it with this powder, so I'm not sure during the day if it would wear a little bit differently without that, but I always test the foundations as I would wear it normally. So from how I use it, it wore very, very well. Next is the Rainforest of the Sea eyeshadow palette. Again, the beautiful gradient packaging of the bottle. It is a bit smaller than their other disc eyeshadow palettes. It's about the size of my hand. It also has beautiful mirrored golds packaging. It does get a little dirty though because it's mirrored. The front here is absolutely stunning as well. It has a very baby blue and almost pastel purple with the gold mirrored packaging shining through as well. It has kind of like a leaf and wind pattern to it. I guess rainforest reminiscent. So beautiful. And then the colors. They're all more of a neutral color palette. I'm gonna do close-ups for you guys so you can see this a little bit better. These shadows are absolutely beautiful. Now I know there's been mixed reviews on these shadows and I understand why. They are a very different formula. They're not very powdery. They're more like a silky, almost powder creamy formulation. They go on really smooth though, and I have no issue blending them. I'm not sure why people don't like them because I really, really do. I think it just gets you have to get used to wearing them because they're not gonna be super powdery when applying, which I like. Don't get me wrong, I really like the Lorac Pro palettes, but I don't like how powdery they are and how you can get them all over the place if you're not careful, even though they blend really beautifully. You're not gonna have an issue with that with these at all. The colors are all really wearable, gorgeous shades that I know I'll be reaching for. Today I am wearing only this palette on my eyes. I'm wearing this cooler tone shade here called Wave. It's so beautiful. It's a beautiful taupe shade. Then I'm also using Seashell, which is a more pinky shade in my inner corner. And then I'm wearing Abyss, which is a darker, cooler brown in my outer corner, as well as Cove, which I used in my crease. Now all of these are more of a satin to sheen. There's no mattes, which I'm sure will be a negative to some. However, these two shades right here, the more like a highlight shade, which is Sand, and Cove, which is a nice brown shade, come off more matte when I blend them. So I use those for my highlight and crease color the most, but I really feel like they blend into almost a matte on my eyes, so I use those as my transition kind of shades. So we have Sand, which is more of a matte shade and it's great for a brow bone highlight. Cove, which is great in the crease, it is more of a matte shade as well. And then Starfish, which is more of like a golden, bronzy brown color. Really, really pretty for all over the lid. Okay, so here are all of the rest of the shades. So first, this one here, this really pretty burgundy shade is called Reef. Then we have Abyss, which is a really nice dark chocolatey brown. Then we have Wave, which is my favorite of the palette. It's more of a taupey, purpley mauve shade, so pretty. Then we have a really pretty, more sparkly pink or satin pink in Seashell. I like this for my inner corner. And then we have a soft golden shade in Mermaid. So pretty. Now getting into a few of the new Drench Lip Splash lipsticks from the collection. I have 3 of the shades. There are definitely more in the collection. I have a lot more of the neutral shades. Surprise, surprise. But I know there are some fun brights in the collection too, and I'll make sure to link everything down below for you guys so it's easy access and you can see all the shades. But I am gonna go ahead and do lip swatches and hand swatches of these. The one I have on my lips right now is Cabana Boy, and this is a really beautiful purpley, cooler nude. It's, I feel it's more purpley than mauve, and it is on the cooler side of a nude. Look at this packaging. Once again, beautiful gradient purple to gold, and then back to purple. It is stunning. I will say there is one negative to this lipstick. The amount of product you get is very small. That is all the way rolled up. That's the amount of product you're getting. So for the price, that's kind of sad, the amount you're getting. And they're very, very creamy and smooth going on. So because they're more of a creamy formula, you're bound to use them up quicker. So I am pretty sad about the amount in these lipsticks. There's only 0.085 ounces. but I really love the formula and don't want to discourage you from getting them. I think you could maybe pick out 1 or 2 shades that are your holy grails. I know the Sephora 20% off or 15% off deal is coming up soon. That sale begins, I believe, in early April. I will say the formula is beautiful. It glides on like silk. It feels so cushiony on my lips, but once it kind of sets down, it stays really well. Now, it isn't transfer resistant. It is more of a creamy formula, but it's a longer wearing creamy formula, and it just feels like nothing is on my lips, which is so cool. I really do enjoy it. So let me go ahead and do some hand swatches for you first. Very highly pigmented. Again, this is Cabana Boy. Great, great pigments. And the wear time is really nice. I'm just a little disappointed in the size of the lipstick. The next one I have is Beach Bum, and this is more of a deeper true nude. Has a little bit of like a, I guess has a little bit of a mauve tone to it. Really wearable, very, very pretty. And then the last one I have is called Happy, and this has a little bit more of a reddish pink tone to it, but still a really good everyday color. Again, very wearable. So there you have it. So we have Cabana Boy, Beach Bum, and Happy. They do have more of a satin finish. They're not very glossy and they're not all the way matte. Beautiful formula. So I zoomed in a little bit better so you could see my eye look. And I did use a few more Tarte products on my cheeks today too. I think I'm gonna do a full Tarte tutorial for you using these products, so let me know if you would like that. But you can see the finish of my skin looks so nice. I just think it looks like a second skin, just more flawless, which I am really obsessed with. So I wanted to make sure to put this review out there right away so you can see how well these products perform before they sell out, because I know these things may be limited, maybe not the foundation, but the eyeshadows and the lipsticks. I'm not sure if this collection will stay around past spring, summer. So I wanted to make sure to put these out there right away for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this review and swatch video. I love you all so much, and don't forget to like this video. It really helps me out. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. I would love to have you stick around, and make sure to comment and let me know if you would like to see a look using this palette and this lipstick and the foundation, all that I love very much. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.